welcome to our friends from UK, Nottingham Trent University. It's such a pleasure to have you all. Amity and NTU have gone a long way. We have developed a very strong partnership, and over the years, we have worked with each other in strengthening our research, our students' mobility, and we are doing a various articulation programs. Without further ado, I will request our Group Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Gurinder Singh sir, who has been spearheading our international efforts, to welcome the guest and give a brief on Amity Education Group. May I please request you to put your hands together for Dr. Singh.
Very warm welcome to our friends from NTU. We are strategic partners from many years, and I think today is a historical day when we are signing another MOU. We want that we should be able to strengthen further areas on behalf of our founder, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, our Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan. On my own behalf as a Group Vice Chancellor, we have got 12 universities, so 12 Vice Chancellors or Director Generals, very senior colleagues who are sitting here. Very warm welcome to you. NTU and MIT, they are together on number of programs. I think that if I look at the last 1 year, there are number of delegations which have come from both the sides. We can see many familiar faces here in this delegation who have visited us. And thank you so very much. I think that all of you played a very important role in strengthening our relationship with your university. And today, when I stand here, I was just looking at that what we have been able to achieve in the past. So I can see in 2024, we have already got our Nottingham Business School Global Responsibility Week, where one of our faculty members, Dr. Nukma, will be participating. Over 20 MIT students have already been transferred to your university. NTU students participated in India Immersion Program. We saw the Vice Chancellor and the Pro Vice Chancellor participating in InBush in the previous years, and this year again we are inviting you to be a part of InBush. But what I think we need to look at is that beyond BBA, beyond BCom, and beyond articulations and law, which we are signing today, what else needs to be done? So I think that Vice Chancellor, we had a very interesting conversation in the morning. We are restructuring the entire curriculum of MIT University. Our aim is to create employability. Our aim is to create a brand where the students, when they come, they join us, they are not only getting a degree, but they are getting employment. Their careers are secure. In the latest rankings of QS and with the THE and all the international rankings we have got, I think the focus has been to see and ensure that our students, they become the success story. And our rankings are not only based on the academics, which is being taught in the class, but beyond classrooms, what we are able to do that. So whether it's research, whether it's creating employability, whether it's working jointly on the number of projects or consulting assignments, and those are the things where we were together. It was very interesting discussion when I was in London. I was there for 2 days, but we had very interesting discussions. And at that point of time, also, I think that I requested all the students who are right now in London to visit you. And good that it's going. So I would request our team, Wayne, I think you were there. So if you can make a plan that all students who are presently there in London, they must go to NTU, right? And I think that seeing is believing, that if the students are there, they are able to go, they are able to understand the university. It will bring both the universities much closer, and will also explore many options, because our faculty is also there. So once the faculty and students are there, we'll be able to explore further that which are the areas we need to work together. Also at the same time, we have created a formula called 80-10-10. So when we say 10, we want that 20% of our curriculum has to be taught by either the top companies of the world. So if the students are coming to MIT, along with their normal curriculum, we want that all of them, they should be able to take certifications from some of the leading companies of the world. So are all 250,000 students which are part of the MIT universe from 2024 onwards, the focus will be that when they will be coming to MIT, they are also taking certifications. So we are tying up with somewhere about top 500 companies of the world, including Oracle, Microsoft, IBM, TCS, Infosys, so that the students who are part of our ecosystem, they are also a part of the industry ecosystem. If they're going to UK, they will be working with some of the leading consulting companies of the world. So which will not only give them an edge over the other students, but which will make them internationally competitive. And it will happen on all the domains. The Vice Chancellor Prek was asking that how you're going to do it. So I was explaining that we have created 5 domains, and it's a hell lot of effort. So morning till evening, our teams are working day and night for it. And you are coming for Inbush, and seeing is going to be believing that how we are going to conduct this conference. This is a word summit, which again goes across the 5 themes and goes from one country to another. So our objective is that 10% of the curriculum is being given by the industry with the certifications. The other big thing 2024, 2025, and we'll be consolidating by the end of 2025 is going to be that each student of MIT University will get certification from the foreign university, right? Which will strengthen their biodata and which will increase their employability. For example, if a student is going to UK, they are getting certifications from some of the leading universities like yours. If they are going to USA, then they are getting certifications from NYU. We are, I think, the first one in India who has signed with Harvard, and we are going to do that in Bush. It's going to be a very big thing that Professor Datar, the Dean of the Harvard Business School, will be coming. Only 2 days back when I came, we had a very good virtual meeting, and he agreed that first time Harvard and MIT will be coming together and we'll be doing the joint certification. Similarly, we are doing for our technical programs certification from MIT. So this is going to strengthen not only the brand, but it is also going to strengthen the various programs we are offering. Similarly, in Australia, we have tied up with Monash. So I was discussing with the Vice Chancellor that how we can create a brand. And this is very interesting, which exercise which we did. We sponsored few students on a study abroad program. So there are 50 of them who went to Australia, and all of them they came back with very good memories of Australia. Today, when we looked at 136 students this year are going to Australia to be a part of their structure, and we are doing very high-powered research journal which is being sponsored by Springer. So I think that we need to think differently. MIT is a global brand. So our focus is not only on sending 5, 10, 15, 20 students, which I think that we have been doing. We have been experimenting, and as any good university and as any new university, brands will be doing. But now onwards, I think 2024, 25 onwards, we want our growth to be on the geometrical progression. We want it to grow, we want it to consolidate, and we will be unstoppable. And that's what we are going to see, that our partners are happy. We are doing research. We are not only looking at articulation, but we are looking at joint degrees. We're looking at dual degrees. We are trying to create campuses, and we want to be relevant to the country wherever we are going. We are trying to focus more on industry. We are trying to focus on creating employability. We are trying to create the biggest network of companies and of the foreign universities where we should be relevant to them and they should be relevant to us. With these words, let me just give you an overview of what MIT is all about. I know that you have a fair idea, but it will still tell you that what we have been able to achieve in the past few months. So very warm welcome. Good to see our friends, Professor Edward Peck, Vice Chancellor and President of NTU, Professor Ryan, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Mansfield, Executive Dean of Research and International Reputation. And we know that international initiatives and research, it's in the DNA of MIT, and we have got very senior people who are belonging to both the departments. They are sitting here. Professor William, Director of NTU Global, and of course, our very good friend, Professor Vidhi Sahai, who has been working day and night to ensure that brands, they come together. Thank you so very much for your efforts. This is a photograph of Dr. Chauhan, who's our founder, a fatherly figure who has actually conceived the idea of MIT. So 30 years back, he was the one who thought that he should go back to India after spending more than 3 decades abroad and start up the quality institutions. Today, you will see that we have got, it's an old slide, but it's 250,000 students, 6,000 faculty members and scientists, 12 universities, Noida, Gurugram, Greater Noida, Lucknow, Jaipur, Mumbai, Gwalior, Kolkata, Raipur, Ranchi, Patna, Mohali, Bengaluru, and the new one in Hyderabad. 150 institutions, overseas universities and campuses in London. You asked about London campus specifically. So this is a campus which we are running from the last 15 years or so. And the idea is to give international exposure to our all students who are a part of our ecosystem. So students do study abroad program, students do 3-continent program, which is again a very interesting concept, which we launched 2 decades back, where the students, they will do first part of the program in India, second part of the program they do in UK, third part of the program. Earlier they used to do only in London, in New York or in USA, but now they are also doing in Toronto. From 2024-2025, we are adding into the metrics Australia and Singapore. We have got 28 schools and preschools. I don't know that how many of you have an idea about the CBSE, which is the largest board in India, from where the students qualify. Thousands of students every year qualify. They give their class 12th examination. From the last 3 years, MIT schools, where 27,000 students are studying, they have shown excellent results. 95% of our students have scored more than 94% marks. So you can easily see the kind of reputation our schools they are having, and they also act as a feeder schools. 2,000 acres of campuses, 20 million square feet of buildings, 400 programs covering 60 disciplines, 2,000 patents filed by faculty, largest number of case studies any business school or any university has ever filed, 400 research projects, alumni across the world. And the H index of the university is very strong. We have been able to attract more than 40 Ramalingam Swami and Ramanujan scientists, which are working across the world to India, so that they can work with our scientists together. 33 faculty members of MIT University, they are in the top 2% scientist list, and there are number of ongoing projects worth more than 100 crores. We are the largest collaborator of Government of India when it comes to consulting and implementing the projects in India. If you look at the market segment, from the pre-nursery schools to K-12 schools, undergrad programs, postgraduate programs, PhD programs, postdoctoral programs, best in the distance and online education and corporate training, you will find that MIT is actually amongst the top players of Asia. These are the recognitions which we have got. Almost every recognition, and that too with the platinum grades, which one can imagine we have been able to get. What makes us unique is that we work very closely with the UK universities and with the US universities. It's not mandatory for us to get the QA accreditation or pass it, but we have been able to get the QA accreditation because we work with large number of UK universities on number of projects, on articulation, and on number of initiatives. This is a ranking, latest ranking. We are amongst the top 3% universities globally, as per QS and THE. But if you look at the internationalization, about which I think that you were talking, and I can see two of your strong members in this delegation, one from international division, another one from research. These are the core competencies of MIT. Though we are not the best in every field, but in the terms of internationalization, no one is even closer to us. So in terms of internationalization, we are first in India. We're the best in India. In outward exchange students, we are best in India. In international research networking, we are amongst the top 3 in India. And these are the rankings which shows the employability about which I am focusing on. The dream of the founder of this university is that we should be able to get the employment to the students where they get an opportunities which are equal to the opportunities which any international student can get anywhere in the world. Our aim is that the student of this university should have an average of 50,000 US dollars as a salary, which is really commendable looking at the kind of salary Indian students they otherwise get in India. And for that reason, we have created number of programs. One of the very strongest program which we have integrated in our curriculum is apprenticeship abroad program. Under the new education policy, Government of India, AICT and UGC allows that the final semester students can now they can do in the industry. We are the first one to implement it. So from 2024, 2025, this is our these are our efforts that all students of MIT they should be working on apprenticeship projects not only in India but abroad. And we are trying that 50% of our students they should pick up such projects in UK or in some other parts of the world. And that is another opportunity, Professor Peck, which we would like to explore. That can we create some good projects. I was in UK for a while and had discussions with some of the leading companies there that can they support such kind of efforts. And I think that the response which we got, especially from the industry in UK, was very encouraging. So we would like to explore that how NTU and MIT they can come together and can create meaningful employment for the students. But this gives us the ranking. IIT Delhi, which is a government institution, IIC Bangalore, which is a government institution, IIT Mumbai, government institution, IIM Ahmedabad, government institution, IIT Kharagpur, government institution, MIT University, the only private university group, is in the same league. This will give you an over idea that how we create institutions. 90% of faculty, they are the PhD. And from very good institutions. I can see large number of people sitting here. They will be introducing themselves later. Most of them, they are from some of the leading universities or institutions where they have worked earlier. Many of them, I can see they have been at a secretary rank in Government of India, which is the highest rank. And we requested them that why don't you join and become a part of MIT's process. So bringing some of the top scientists of India, bringing some of the top academicians of India, bringing some of the Nobel laureates of the world. We are trying that we should be able to create an ecosystem which should be able to provide the best academic infrastructure and academic inputs. And that is the reason that you will find that if you look at some of the institutions, our business school, the best in the country, our international business school, the best in Asia, engineering school amongst the top three, our law school among the top three, our school of communication among the top three, our school of biotechnology, the best biotechnology institution. And we have invested hugely in the labs, in creating the infrastructure and bringing the best of the academic people to be part of our processes. This will give you an overview that how our buildings look like. This is 85 acres campus where we are sitting. Professor Peck, you gave a very good compliment that you are working with MIT from the very beginning. It always gives huge satisfaction whenever I give a presentation to see that from where we started up and where we are after almost 3 decades. But I think that after consolidation, the next 10 years are going to be the 10 years of growth, and growth where the ranking of MIT will be amongst the top brands of the world. The next 10 years are going to be the years where the world will see that private universities like MIT, they have a role not only to play in Asia, but have a role to play in the world. We are concentrating quite a lot on research. We are concentrating quite a lot, not only increasing numbers of the students, but having a meaningful impact on the society. And this is a building 21 acres campus in Greater Noida. This is 40 acres campus in Lucknow. This is a 150 acres campus in Jaipur. This is a 110 acres campus in Gurgaon. This is a 30 acres campus in Mumbai. This is a 100 acres campus in Gwalior. This is our Kolkata campus. This is our Raipur campus. This is our Jharkhand campus. This is our Patna campus. This is our campus in Chandigarh, Mohali. So if you are going towards Punjab and if you see a building and the infrastructure which is attracting maximum number of foreign students. You will find that it's our university. It's being led by one of the leading researchers of India, Professor Kohli, who used to work with the University of Punjab, which is again a government university. This is our campus, 60 acres campus in Bangalore. This is our Dubai campus, which also got the best campus award in 2019. And this is the photograph of our chancellor, which came on the Forbes magazine. This is our campus in Singapore. Now we have got two campuses in Singapore. If you happen to be Singapore and you go and take a round of the 100 heritage buildings, they will show one is going to be the building of MIT. And now from February onwards, we have a standalone campus on Orchard Road, which belongs to MIT. This is our humble presence in London. We are at Bedford Square, where we use the classrooms of Birkbeck College, University of London. We use the Senate House Library. We use their gym. We use their infrastructure. This is our university in Tashkent, and this is a university which we created on the special invitation of the government of Uzbekistan. Their prime minister and president, they came to India. They also participated, Professor Peck, in Enbush, like yourself, you are doing. And when they came, they said that we want the first IT university to be opened in Uzbekistan. So we went to Uzbekistan, we met the president, we met the prime minister, and it gives us so much satisfaction that the government was kind enough to give us the entire infrastructure. So today, 2,000 students are studying in Tashkent. It is one of the best known universities in that area. This is our school on Amsterdam. Similarly, on the invitation of the government of Netherlands, we went to Amsterdam and created this school. This is our MIT International School, Abu Dhabi, which is one of the best known international schools in that region. This is our MIT New York campus. It's 175 acres, beautiful campus, private beach, which we brought from St. John's University. And the only Asian group which has been able to acquire and create a university there. We have brought Harrow, by the way, to India, and it's fully operational. And that's what I was discussing with you, that the dream of the foundation is that we should be able to complement our Honorable Prime Minister's efforts. So when he said that we want some of the leading brands to be in India, we thought, why not to bring one leading school? So Harrow, which is such a powerful brand, first school of theirs, it's fully operational in Bangalore. And the next one is coming in New York. Now, this is what we have been able to do with NTU. MIT faculty is visiting Nottingham Business School from 18 to 21st in 2024. Over 20 students have already transferred to NTU in BBA, in BCom, and in Masters in Business. But we are also looking at now other branches. And we have kept a few ambitious targets about which I think that I would like to speak to you one-to-one after this meeting. NTU students participated in India Immersion Program. We really love them. They came here. It was a very, very successful program. And I think it brought both the brands together. Thank you so very much for sending your students. We were honored with your presence, and we look forward to your presence in this Enbush also. We got our privilege of welcoming Professor Ryan also in Enbush 2023. Professor Kennedy, a senior education developer in the Center for Academic Development and Quality, delivered a lecture. And I think that these are the programs which we'll be focusing on now onwards. So one is launching of MIT law students, the programs. Our law institution, we are the largest law school. Number of the students, if you look at, highest number of students are a part of our ecosystem. So today when we sign MOU, it will give opportunity for a law students to be a part of your process. And I can see the director of the law school here. We will request her to also say a few words later. But I think that it's a very important MOU which we are going to sign. We are also looking at engineering, psychology, and fine arts. And I can see the director generals, deans of all these institutions sitting here. We would like to explore the dual degree arrangements through our campuses in campus or center of excellence between the two universities. I can see biotechnology director sitting here, and also our very senior scientists of STIF and STIFA sitting here. Would like to explore that what we can do in these areas. For example, research collaboration, supervision of joint PhD programs. But more importantly, we want that when the students of MIT, they whichever branch they are in UK, they must go to it, right? So, and we will just start, and that is why I have requested the International Affairs Division. Mohini, you were there last week, so I specifically requested you. We were just there for 2 days, so personally we couldn't come there to see, but we had some meetings. But we would say that we will create now a program where all students, especially those who are right now on three-continent program, they should be a part of NTU. And I think that this will again bridge the gap, and students will be able to know more about your university. These are few photographs of the India immersion program, cooking together, going on Seminar, going at Redford, having research seminars, taking them to the various universities. And this is when they were graduating. We really enjoyed their company. Uh, we are a university which has been able to welcome large number of international students. We are honored that the highest number of Australian students under the New Colombo plan, they have been at MIT. US 8 projects, large number of US students are coming up. Erasmus Plus, UKRI and Turing scheme, we can see large number of UK students. Very interesting thing happened that when the British High Commissioner came to India, the next day he had to give a seminar and he chose MIT and he spoke virtually with all the students. But we do ambassador lecture series where the ambassadors from the various countries they come and they deliver lectures. They talk about their countries and the opportunities they have. We do Nobel laureate series. So this is what I was talking about. So that they become the inspirational figure to our students, and that is how we have been able to do. That is Dr. Bandyopadhyay, our chairman of our law schools. We have got 400 degrees and 60 disciplines, and you name a degree and a discipline, you will find that we are there. We in the morning spoke very briefly on the e-learning. If Varun is here, Varun Verma is here. Okay, yeah, but we are very strong in the area of distance and e-learning, and this was Vice Chancellor a project which Dr. Kalam, the ex-president of India, launched. And it's very interesting since you asked a question on e-learning. When he became the president, the first delegation he took to Africa was not from the industry, not from the politicians, but from the academicians. So he picked up 19 vice chancellors who went to Addis Ababa. So we got a chance to travel with him at that point of time. And I remember that day when he came on the stage, and he was a very visionary nuclear scientist. And he said that I am going to gift Africa something which my sister and brothers from Africa are going to remember for centuries. So people thought that he is going to now announce billions of dollars aid. But his next sentence was, but not a dollar to give. So people thought, what is he going to give? And he, at that point of time, said that virtual education is the gift which I want to give. At the end of the conference, the conclusion was that Africa was not ready. The EU chair was there. They said that it will take at least 15 years for Africa to develop that kind of infrastructure. So EU said that we'll not be able to come and become a partner. The president came to India, and next day he organized a meeting of all the universities. And he has said that you give me fair opinion that am I thinking going in the right direction. People said that, President, you are a great visionary, you are a leading scientist, but I think the problem is going to be the implementation of the project. It is not possible. It was at that time that our founder, Dr. Chauhan, came forward and said, we will implement it. I remember Vice Chancellor Professor Peck, I used to go to Africa every week. So traveled almost every country. We created satellite-based education, became the partner government of India and Ministry of External Affairs. And with the help of TCIL, which created infrastructure, we implemented this project. And believe me, I had no clue how to implement this. So we learned this by practicing. But what I wanted to demonstrate is that if there is a will, there is a way. If you have got confidence, you will be able to create it. 1,000 students was the target. 80,000 students became a part of this project. And when Prime Minister Modi came, the only project which he has taken forward is E-Shiksha Bharati. So it is being implemented. And we want now this to happen through MAT, that now not only education, but employment, about which we are very passionate. We want to create a network where international placements, apprenticeships, internships should be with the students, and every student should get some kind of certification from a foreign university and from a company, and we're going to do it. We've got a very strong skill and vocational training center, innovation and incubator, which is again the best in the country. And these are our research centers across the globe, which attracts large number of companies. We are the largest trainer to the government of India. But we say that university has no meaning if they are not able to give back to the society. Whatever we do it for the community. More than 2,000 students under Amitasha and 1,000 students under Atulasha get free education from here. 35 universities in every state, 100 campuses across the country, and 50 universities and campuses across the world. This is the vision and ultimate goal: creating employability, creating research, and making a difference into the life of those who come across MIT. Thank you so very much.
That was Professor Singh, always passionate about the internationalization efforts at Amity. Thank you, sir, for laying such a strong roadmap for this partnership. Amity is a very young university. It's just about 2 decades old. So, and research is in our DNA, as Professor Singh mentioned in his presentation. In order to give a brief on Amity's research initiatives, may I request Mr. A.K. Singh, Senior Vice President, AFSTIA, to give a brief on our international research initiatives. May I request everyone to give a big round of applause, please.
Namaskar and good morning to all of you. I think I also take liberty of welcoming Professor Edward, Professor Celian, Professor Neil, Professor Stephen, Dr. Gurinder Singh, and senior faculty and friends from MIT. I think you just heard Dr. Gurinder Singh explaining about the MIT. I think before I start my formal presentation, I want to add 2 things. One is, he said the employability. I want to share one very, a story or one article which I read. The chief CEO of Infosys, Dr. Murthy, once he made a statement that the engineers which we are producing, only 15% of them are employable. And that his statement stirred the whole world. That was the one aspect. On the other aspect, many of the software companies from the West, they were interested in outsourcing their job to India. So to cut the long story short, the project was given to one of the Harvard professor, Professor Vivek Vadhva, and he studied that why it is happening. So ultimately, he concluded that the Microsoft, Infosys, those who have opened a training center in Mysore, they are able to train the young engineer graduates in such a way that they were doing exceedingly well. So the crux of this story is that the title of the article which appeared in the International Harvard Review, Harvard Business Review, was The Disciple Who Became Guru. So they said that India, which was disciple by the way that we developed our training policies, training, then deployment, then carving their career. So Americans said that India has become the guru. So sir, you don't worry, we are smart in that, and I think we mean business, and employability is the ultimate thing for which we work. Okay, coming back to the MIT, I think already Dr. Gurinder Singh has explained everything in detail. He has explained, but I will share with you that what brings the wow factor in MIT, and that is the research. And the slogan which MIT has is that it is a research and innovation driven university. I think I also would like to salute the founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, and his team or two of his sons who are ably, contributing in pushing this university, and the universe which they have created is unparalleled. I think when we talk of R&D ecosystem, according to me, I feel there are this 3-4 factors which are the core: intent and support. I think the top management and promoters of MIT, they are very clear about their intent and they do support. Then infrastructure, human resource, enabling processes and mechanisms which we have at MIT, like collaborations, industry connect, facilitator groups, mentors, which I will be just quickly highlighting, though I have been allotted 10 minutes, but I'll take liberty of 15 minutes and try to do it quickly. I think already Dr. Gurinder Singh has told about the courses which MIT University offers in the varied fields, right from actuarial science to virology to artificial intelligence, defense technology, and space research, etc., etc. So, what are the MIT research enablers? We have a IPR protection cell which take care of the knowledge management and knowledge protection. We have DST MIT Technology Enabling Center, where we mature the research at the TRL levels so that ultimately it goes to the technology transfer and in the product development. We have MIT Center for Entrepreneurship and Development, where we inculcate or train the students for entrepreneurial skills. The other enabling mechanism which we have is FSTIA and STIP. And FSTIA, from where I come from, MIT Foundation for Science, Technology, Innovation Alliances. And we are the facilitators. We just facilitate the strengthen the research in this MIT University. The canvas of research fields and areas in MIT is quite broad and intense, right from computational biology, stem cell, click chemistry, which is one of the unique area of MIT University, public health, Indian systems, drug design, astrobiology, bioengineering, data science, robotics, etc. As I said, that human resource is one of the main component. So we have the best of the teachers and faculty, as Dr. Gurinder Singh has already said. But the point which I want to highlight is that MIT University, we boast of hosting maximum number of Ramanujan and Ramanlinga fellows. And these are the fellowships which are offered by Government of India to the Indian diaspora who want to come back to India and pursue their research career. And I'm proud to say that MIT is one of the most preferred destination for all of them. And we host maximum number of fellows in this country. And I think rest you are reading, and already Dr. Gurinder Singh has told. I would like to share some of the fellows, those who are here, and some of them after completing their fellowship are full-fledged professor and running their own department and and guiding so many PhD students under them. Another group of fellows who are with us at the moment. Another group, and let me share with you Ramanujan fellow. In last fortnight, 2 new Ramanujan fellows have joined MIT. Infrastructure, because you can't work without tools. We boast of having reasonably very strong R&D infrastructure in all our campuses. I'll share with you some of the pictures. Bionovel lab equipment, you see the lab. I think seeing is believing. and central instrument facility. We have reasonably mostly all the equipments and research facilities, equipments to carry out research, right from fax, fluorescein assisted cell sorter, RT-PCR, HPLC, gel documentation system, and what not, IR spectrometer, STEM scanning electron microscope, SEM, all these equipments we have. And coming back to the research accomplishments, having HR, infrastructure, then what we have been able to achieve. This is one of the success stories at MIT, where MIT is pursuing the triple conjugate for cancer therapy using folic acid, curcumin, and doxorubicin. I think they have filed the patent, and the inventor is sitting here, Dr. Seema Bhatnagar. I think she will be sharing more detail on that. Rutonic. This is one of the technologies which has been transferred to one Taiwan lab company, and this is available in the market. Another good innovation had been in agri photovoltaic, where because the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Modi, said that I want to double the income of the farmers. So this is in that direction, where you erect the photovoltaic panels in the field, thereby you generate electricity, you use it for irrigation, or you sell it to the grid, thereby without hampering the production of the produce, and thereby you earn extra. So this technology has been widely appreciated, and we demonstrated many international and national forums. Then using nano-based sponge, there are many things, graphene, quantum dot, self-sustained system for generating electricity. This is also one of the great innovations by Dr. V.K. Jain, where using the wastewater, he is able to generate electricity and simultaneously cleaning the water. So all the drains, I think it is being scaled up for cleaning the water and generating the electricity. Biodegradable plastic, herbal colors, mosquito repellent, herbal packaging system, and herbal hand sanitizer. There are many such innovations which may not be possible for me to go into the details, but I'll do mention. Then hydrogel therapy for alteration of sphingolipid metabolism, for cancer therapy, repurposing of the drugs. This is one of the areas which we explore as a quick finding to some therapies. Novel synergistic formulation for inhibition of tumor growth, and herbal remedy for psoriasis. We also work on the targeted drug delivery, which is an area. Then phase stabilization of ammonia nitrate, and heat sink for cooling solar panels, because in summer the temperature in India goes about 44-50 degrees, where the efficiency of the solar panels go down. So that is a big problem to cool them down so that we get the optimal output. Hybrid cooler system for solar modules, phase change material nanocomposites for solar water heaters, then LPG sensor. Then we have conducting polymers nanocomposites on which we work, handheld devices to detect the explosives. Then fabrication of low-cost visible UV sensors. And we work in a big way in artificial intelligence. Now, recently, the at MIT University, we opened the AI Center for Excellence, where we are creating a state-of-the-art facility for AI and data analytics. And one of our researchers has done a great job in using AI in selecting the vaccine candidate, and which drew a lot of media attention during COVID times. I think another case of employing AI in high throughput screening. Okay, Dr. Gurinder Singh is saying that my time is over, so I'll just run through the slides. We also work in space science and defense technology. And DRDO, we dare to dream. DRDO, which is the largest R&D organization, they supported MIT for finding, differentiating between friend and foe based on the physiological and anatomical parameters, which is, and this is a startup, the kind of enabling things. The director of this startup is also professor in MIT University. So you can have both the camps. Agriculture, I'll just go through quickly. So what I want to say that we not only get funded or work within India, we also get a lot of funding from international agencies, either Europe, Australia, or America. And one of the main project had been by DARPA, Defense Threat Reduction Agency, to MIT for nuclear security state-of-the-art laboratory, which we are able to create at MIT. And MIT proposes to make a international research hub at our campus in Long Island, New York. And when we do this, we are able to, collaborate, and the number of MOUs which we have signed at national and international level is testimony to our thinking on that. And we also connect in a big way with industry. Even the Tata Technologies have opened this center here for automobiles where our students work with them. So that kind of a close connect with we have with industry. And ultimately, whatsoever we do, we always aim to transfer the technology. And in MIT, we have transferred so many technologies amounting to about 35. And the latest one is AI-based software for detection of male infertility. And when we work, we do the transfer of technology. Our faculty is also recognized by national and international agencies. 33 of our faculties, they appear in the list of 2% of the best scientists by Stanford University. And we had been recognized by Government of India on National Intellectual Property Award in 2020. It was presented by Honorable Cabinet Minister. And recently in 2023, we got a CII Industrial Intellectual Property Award because the way we manage our IPR portfolio. These are the new initiatives which MIT proposes to pursue in times to come. I think, thank you very much for patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Singh, for this brief overview. Now, may I request our guest, Professor Edward Peck, the Vice Chancellor of Amity of Nottingham Trent University, to please brief the Professor Peck. May I have a round of applause?
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for your very warm welcome to Amity University. It's a great privilege to be here. It's my first visit to Amity, so it's great to be on your campus. And thank you, Professor Singh, for your hospitality so far and your very warm words about our relationship. I think of NTU as being quite an entrepreneurial university. And we have, in fact, double the number of campuses we have in the UK, from 3 to 6 over the last 10 years. We've increased our student numbers by 40%. We're now the 5th biggest university by student numbers in the UK. And then I come to Amity and hear your numbers and think, what have I been doing for the last 10 years? My only 2 excuses for not mirroring your fantastic success, with which I'm really impressed. I mean, genuinely, I would love to be in the same sort of position as you are, going to 250,000 students in 27 years. My only 2 excuses are that we're a public university, not a private university, and that's both a benefit and a disbenefit in doing the sort of things you've been doing at Amity, clearly. But also our population's much smaller. I think we're about a 20th of your size, aren't we? So you've got a natural advantage in terms of student numbers. But even so, I think I like to think in terms of being entrepreneurial, being high quality, and really emphasizing employability. 3 things that we do at NTU, I'll show in a moment. I think we have lots in common. If our scale is different, I think our intentions are the same. So that's what I really value this relationship. I'm really pleased to be here on campus and just share some thoughts about NTU. I'll give a quick overview of the whole university. My colleague, Professor Mansfield, said a few words about where we are with our research. So we're quite an old university. 1843 was our first college, founding college. This is a building built for that college in 1865. As I say, one of the largest now university in the UK, over 40,000 students, about 4,500 members of staff. Actually, that's an underestimate, more like 5,500. And we have 6 campuses. About 19%, 20% of our students are international, and we've got 300 partner institutions around the world. We have a very comprehensive academic offer. So I think it's important to recognize we're a big, comprehensive university. I say we've moved from being probably the 13th, 14th largest, being the 5th largest. And for the last 5 years, we're the most popular university amongst UK undergraduates. So we recruited more UK undergraduates than any other university in the UK for the last 5 years. So we're a very popular university and becoming more popular. And that gives you a flavour of how our students are distributed across various categories. Now, I said we have 6 campuses. The one you see in the picture here is our first campus in London, which opened last September. So again, there's something to talk about there, I think, Professor Singh. How do we work together, given we both have locations in London? Ours is in Whitechapel, so just up the road from Bedford Square. And this is a campus for creative and digital arts. So that's its primary focus. So it's people wanting to work in the creative industries around gaming, esports, sports, music performance, music production, those sorts of subjects we're doing in London. And I was very interested in your idea that every one of your London students should come to Nottingham Trent University. And first of all, thank you for paying such attention to our students when they came here last summer. It was a really kind of you and generous of you to spend time with those 20 students, and they really appreciate it. Thank you very much personally for doing that, and I'll certainly reciprocate when your students come to Nottingham. We could in fact give them a whole UK experience in one university, because one of our campuses is in the city, so it's a vibrant English city, one of the core cities of the UK. We then have a campus in one of the most deprived towns in the UK, that's Mansfield, where we're reaching out and taking education to a town that's never had university presence. And if you know the UK at all, you know Mansfield is part of the old coalfields that were closed in the 80s and 90s. And we're trying to revitalise that town by putting a university front and centre, so we can take some of your students to see how the UK is changing. And then Brackenhurst is a rural campus. It's a 500-acre farm up in the posh part of Nottinghamshire, a town called Southall, which is also the kind of cathedral town of our county. So if they came to us for a month, they'd have a whole UK experience in one county. And that'd be a great thing to show to your students and get a sense of how the UK is changing. We have 9 academic schools. You'd expect this from a comprehensive UK university, so I won't go through them. The one that may surprise you is the Confetti Institute of Creative Technologies. So in one of our entrepreneurial moments, we bought a private provider of education in the UK about 7 years ago, and that's Confetti. And it's Confetti that now is the brand for Confetti London. So the NTU brand is actually what we're leading with in London. So again, although we're a public university, we have got a fully owned subsidiary. I think this would be something quite interesting in that conversation as you were talking, Professor Singh, just to think about that, because although we're public, we have got a private subsidiary. So I think there's something in that to explore. This is the bit I like most, our achievements and awards. We've got quite good at being recognised, at being very good at what we do. So our view of the world, if you're going to do something, you may as well do it well, or otherwise just don't bother. So we've been University Year in several categories. In my early days, I started NTU in 2014, so these are the kind of early years of my time at the university. And you can see we're very proud, particularly, of these 3 awards. But more recently, we're once again the Modern University of the Year for the Times and Sunday Times. It's probably the most prestigious league table in the UK. And we're really proud to have won this twice now in the last 6 years. And we win it because of the quality of what we do, the quality of the student experience and the quality of teaching we give. They're the two factors that drive these awards. This one I like because it's voted for by students. This award is entirely based on both international and domestic student feedback. We were University Year this year, was just the year just gone. And this is something you may not have heard of as much. It's the Teaching Excellence Framework. Now, you may have heard of the Research Excellence Framework, which every 6 or 7 years, peers review your research, and Neil may talk about that. This is the equivalent for teaching. It's the Teaching Excellence Framework. So every 4 or 5 years, your peers review your teaching quality. And there are 4 levels, from requires improvement, which is what it says, through to bronze, silver, and gold. And we are one of only about 15 comprehensive UK universities that have been gold in both the Teaching Excellence Frameworks run so far, 2017 and 2023. And that's because we are really good at student support and we're really good at student teaching. So when your students come to us, they're going to benefit from that quality and thoughtfulness and investment in student support and teaching. And I think part of the consequence of that, I was asked by the UK Minister of Higher Education to become the UK's first, the FE's first, student support champion. They've appointed me part-time to champion higher quality student support across all English universities. And I've just been doing that for about 2 years now. And thank you. And I think it's a reflection, not just what I do, but what NTU does. We're really good at this. And I want to roll it out to other universities. Now, because we have, this is a picture of Brackenhurst, which is our 500-acre farm. This is an interesting ranking of green world universities. We are always in the top 5 of sustainability in this league table. And this year, I did last year, we were second in the world for our green credentials. We take sustainability extremely seriously. In fact, we're about to commit to never building a new facility ever again. Everything we're going to do is going to be retrofit of old buildings. It's unsustainable to keep on building. I noticed many of your buildings are actually revamps of old buildings. I think you're probably thinking along a similar line to we are, that we have to be able to retrofit. And of course, our major contribution to the green economy of Nottinghamshire is our expertise in green retrofitting, because that's the major challenge we face. It's not new buildings, it's the old buildings. One of the things about being good at everything you do is that I really seriously mean it. So when I first arrived at NTU, we were in this UK sports league for students, and we were 18th. And I said, well, either we're going to do it or we're not going to do it, you know. So 18th is not something NTU wants to be. So in 10 years' time, we're going to be top 10 or we're going to stop. And that inspired people. And now, last year, we're 8th. We're the only university of our heritage, and this year we're 6th. We're currently 6th. Actually, if you've got any students who could come over sort of the summertime who are good at throwing, running and jumping, that'd be really helpful because we're not very good at athletics. So we lose points in the summer. So we usually drop from 6th to 7th or 7th to 8th here. So students who can run, jump and throw would be great. So it's just, I think it's just, it indicates our philosophy. If you're going to do it, be good at it or don't bother. This work experience thing I was talking about in terms of our commitment to this, every NTU student has to do an assessed work placement or they can't graduate. It's that important to us and it's that important to you. And so you can see we're now very highly rated for the quality of our work experience because like you, we have to find placements, in our case, around 40,000 students every year. So we have fantastic links with employers both locally, nationally and internationally to deliver on this promise to our students. And it changes their lives. We know that. Many of our students come from fairly underprivileged backgrounds without a great sense of connection with the world of work, and these placements change their lives. It's absolutely what we're there to do, and these placements are central to it. Example of that is Nottingham Law School has something called NLS Legal, Nottingham Law School Legal. And the idea here is that students volunteer in the law school, supervised by academics who are themselves practicing solicitors. And the last 7 or 8 years is now, the figure's gone up. They've now reclaimed 6.5 million in benefits for local people who've been denied benefits by the welfare system in the local city and county. £6.5 million of money those poor people would not have got if our students hadn't got it for. I'm immensely proud of that. I think it just symbolises what a university can do. Educating people for the future, it's giving them a sense of values and principles, and it's changing people's lives today. And if universities can't do that, then there's not a lot of point. So, I've talked a bit about Mansfield taking higher education to a deprived setting. Very interestingly, this is a campus we've opened on a FE college site. Our view was it's the further education college site. It's the best site in the town. We're going to take this building, take it over and turn it into NTU. And that's what we're now doing. All of our courses in Mansfield are vocational. They're all to do with the local needs of local employers. So it's engineering, computing, nursing, childcare. And we are now taking local people, mature local people, and we're giving them the skills they need, and they're moving into jobs in the local economy. That's really important because take the health service. They can't get enough nurses in this hospital. We are now giving them enough nurses. Those nurses take their salaries, they put them back into the local economy, and they inspire people as a role model for future students to say, actually, there are really valuable, important jobs in your town that you should now aspire to. And we're going to do the same in manufacturing, the same in computing, and the same in engineering. Our latest investment is on the left there. This is the Nottingham School of Art and Design. That is the digital design and digital arts building. The City Council said they wanted something iconic. What they've got is something very, very big. I will leave it to your judgment whether or not it's iconic, but it's certainly very large. My office is actually just next door, and I never see the sun anymore because it just blocks it out. It's virtually finished now, and it is 10 stories high. It dominates the skyline. And this is a bit more of a look inside. So this is our last really big investment in a new building. Another recent innovation, we created an esports venue called Confetti X. It's one of the first custom-built esports venues in the UK, and we now are the venue for the University Sports League for esports. And my ambition is to get esports into the University Sports League overall, because if we do, we won't be 6th or 7th or 8th, we'll be first. Because we teach gaming, we design games, we're taking kids who can play computer games, and they know how to run events like this. So we're pressurizing the University Sports League to admit esports. They're not very keen, I'm not going to lie to you. But there are some universities with quite a lot to lose, don't they, if we do, because actually running, jumping and throwing will mean less. And how you play, name your computer game, Neil. Thank you. What's it? Rocket League. All of your students are playing these games day in, day out. And that's Confetti London. Right, Neil, research.
Well, thanks for the invitation for us to come. So I wanted to give a little bit of an overview of some of our research that we're doing. Like yourselves, we're very proud of our research, and one of the areas we recognise in is in cultural heritage within science and technology. And for this we've won a Queen's Anniversary Prize, which is a very prestigious prize for universities in the area of research. I'll give you a little bit more information about that in a moment. We're recognised as being world-leading, internationally excellent, and across all of our research, we were assessed recently. Happens every 5 or 6 years, and the most recent set of results from those showed that 83% of our research is world-leading or internationally excellent. It varies depending on the discipline. So in engineering, that number is 98%. And of that 98% being world-leading and internationally excellent, around half is world-leading. Yeah, so I'm recently into my new job now, and I was originally appointed to become head of engineering. And so we have a new engineering department. So when I started, it was myself and a laptop and a business plan. And we now have, with engineering is now over several sites, as well as well over 1,000 students in that one department, in a very healthy situation with a very strong research culture there. We have strategic themes across 5 different areas, ranging from global heritage to sustainability. But within these, we aim for these to cut across many discipline areas within the university. One area I did want to focus in is within our part of our engineering, which is the Imaging Materials and Engineering Centre, or IMEC. And there are photographs here. If you may recognise one of these, it's me. But 5 of our professors there, and there are others. I just wanted to highlight a few of the things that we're doing in this area as a snapshot, and I will not mention some of the other areas that we're doing a lot of research and our world leading in. But within this area, one example is in advanced optics and photonics. This is something which is working down to nanoscales, where we've developed technologies that can capture individual photons, and this will mean we will have cameras without a lens. A camera will not look like a camera, and it can work the other way around to emit light as well. And one reason why this is relevant is we have recently received some funding for a UK-India partnership, and in fact, Professor Ramani, he's on a just starting a 3-week research partnership in Chandigarh just this week. So this is an area that we're already collaborating within. Another area which is which you may have experienced, in fact I was guarantee you will have all experienced, is within our imaging science group. And our researchers have developed the last 3 generations of X-ray imaging. And this is the thing that your bags will go through, or even you will go through at an airport. And it's estimated that this has been used for scanning over 10 billion passengers. And this is a number that did scare me, actually. 21,000 guns have been detected in the US alone for people trying to carry them onto aircraft through our technologies. And this was another winner of the Queen's Anniversary Prize. And then the third area that I wanted to mention was our cultural heritage imaging and sensing. And what this has done is it's taken techniques that have traditionally been used for astrophysics, spectroscopy, and the technology which is used for looking at distant galaxies, and turning that into things that can be used for looking at things much closer to us, but maybe we cannot touch, we cannot destroy. So, for example, there may be very precious artifacts, maybe ancient scrolls, maybe ancient paintings in UNESCO sites, like the photograph here on the right, where this is using exactly the same technology as was used for intergalactic measurements of stars and galaxies, through to understanding what the processes are that have gone into the chemistry and the history, so we can understand the composition of heritage sites around the world. And our mobile lab has worked in many UNESCO heritage sites around the world. And a couple of, I will not go into so much detail on these. Our smart technologies area, we have our own 5G network and LoRaWAN system, so we have networking that we can use with technology. So we have sensors, for example, in a historical building near to us, and we can look in real time what's happening in that place. So direct connections with our labs. And in our medical technology is another area we've invested heavily. So we now have 2 buildings. One of them purpose-built on our Clifton campus for medical technologies. So some of this has included, for example, surgical assisted robots, and automation in hospital settings. And some of that is also linking in with other partnerships that we have with India, where we have worked with, for example, design of implants. We have staff who are working with us now who have had titanium surgical implants that have been implanted into patients in India. So that concludes. Thank you for the opportunity. It was just a very quick snapshot of our research, and I look forward to learning more about yours.
Thank you, Professor Peck and Professor Neil. It was really insightful to hear about NTU's journey, and we already see shared passion. From here on, may I request, we have been also joined by some other colleagues from NTU and from Amity. So starting with Professor Killian, may we request a bit? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Everybody, my name is Professor Killian Ryan, Pro Vice Chancellor International, the retiring Pro Vice Chancellor International. Neil is going to be taking over from me. So it's great to be here again. It was fantastic to be at the Inbush Summit last year, and wish you continued success.
And you will be missed very, very deeply, because I think that you played a very important role in bringing Amity and NTU together. Right? But keep coming whenever you are in India. But we welcome Professor Neil, and fantastic presentation you gave. We look forward to further strengthen our linkages for all times to come. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Stephen Williams. I'm Director of NTU Global at Nottingham Trent University, so the central international office that manages our international partnerships. I'd like to say I'm the most recent NTU visitor to Amity. I came here in August last year. It was, I think, my fourth visit, but I think Vidhi was here in January, so she beats me. I'll hand over to Vidhi as our most recent visitor to Amity.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vidhi Sahai. I'm Senior Global Partnerships Manager with at NTU Global, and thank you very much to the entire Amity family for welcoming us time and again to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Neeraj Sharma. I used to be the Secretary of the Technology Development Board, Government of India, under the Department of Science and Technology in Government. I was intrigued by this heritage, the award or cultural heritage you were talking about. Way back, we started a similar program, Science and Heritage Research Initiative in DST. Probably we can get connected with that group, and quite a few people over here in Amity are interested in that activity. Also on medical devices. I think this is another area where I think we should be focusing on collaboration. Apart from that, there are many other schemes my other colleagues will also explain. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Professor Dr. Seema Bhatnagar, and I'm here on behalf of Amity Institute of Biotechnology. I'm Assistant Director there, and I also take care of all the international partnerships and articulations. So I could see a lot of synergy can be developed, especially in research. As you spoke about smart technologies, we are working on some smart drug delivery systems and other kind of technologies where we could collaborate with you. And of course, biotechnology is one of the institutions we have the highest number of patents. Many of them are granted patents, and we have publications, government-funded projects. Almost 99% of our faculty are PhDs. Many of them have come from UK also. So I think there can be a lot of synergy between our organizations, and of course articulations are always welcome. Our students travel to UK. We have experience of establishing these kind of partnerships, so we would be very happy to discuss all that. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to Amity. I'm Dr. Anupama. I look after the academic collaborations in the Group Vice Chancellor Office, and I'm also a professor of IT in the International Business School. Thank you.
So welcome professors, and welcome administrators. And you have been doing an excellently and exceedingly great job for the benefit of the mankind.
Now, we at Amity, with the vision of our Honorable Founder President, we are in the same page along with you. We are trying to do the things which are for the benefit of the mankind. Now, present my assignments apart from mentoring different institution. I'm the chairman of the law school. I found that you have a grand law schools over there, and we shall look forward for collaborations with the law schools. My previous background is that I was the 3 times vice chancellor in different government universities. Now I decided to come to Amity for its ambience, for its culture, for its progressiveness, and for its philosophy. And these are the hallmark for the success of Amity. And we look forward for further collaborations with all of you.
Good afternoon and welcome to NTU team, Amity. I am Dr. Pradeep Joshi. I am Group Additional Pro Vice Chancellor, Director General and Dean for Applied Art, Fine Art, Performing Art and Visual Arts. In fact, I have been to NTU twice way back in say 98 and 2008. And we had some discussions with you of art and design recently. And we are very keen in associating because I know that there's a lot of potential for the fashion and fine art in association. And we already had initiated some discussion, online meetings we had in this connection. And I see some very interesting things which you have shown about the design and visual arts department also. So particularly like we have got a 3-continent program which we are offering, and where these students go for a semester for international exposure. It will be very interesting if we can get association for that. And further to add for the study abroad program also, but particularly for fashion and fine art program, it would be good that if we get the understanding formalized with the NT. Thank you.
Dr. W. Sulamurthy was also the president of STIF, and who has worked with Dr. Kalam. Story I was giving you. He was the right hand, and he was Secretary at Government of India. I would request him, he can also introduce himself.
Friends, I was attending a very important conference on Unani medicine. It's a traditional systems of medicine. That's why I couldn't join you. First of all, welcome, and then thank you for all that partnership, collaboration which we have started. But you are coming at this time when we are looking at 25 years from now, India, we would like to see it a developed India. So your partnership with Nottingham University, NTU, is very, very important. And we want to expand, deepen this relationship, both in research, academics. I was listening to your presentation. I was coming in the car online, I was listening. There's a lot of convergence, similarities, coherence in what we do, both in academics and research. And my colleague, Dr. A.K. Singh, made a wonderful presentation, what we are doing in ASTIP. So being a university which is more than 170 years, and with a lot of global impact which you have made on education and research, this university where Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, the founder president, has given 3 important missions. One is the mission connect. We are connecting with you. We have connected with you, but now we want to expand. The mission synergy. We want to contribute to your mission in Nottingham, as well as that we will benefit by your partnership. So mission synergy we would look for. The other important mission which we all cherish is mission outcome. So your coming here will lead to fruitful outcome in research collaboration, R&D collaborations, with which I saw in optoelectronics, photonics. I saw some good research, and also in medical technologies, biomedical technologies, environmental impact. And I think there's a lot of commonality which we can look at. So certainly during lunch, I've joined you, and at that time we would also further have discussions. And thank you very much. And your university is multidisciplinary like ours. So that is another commonality which I see. Not only in science, technology and engineering, but humanities, liberal arts, and law, and other domains as well. We have a lot of commonality where we can work together. So once again, enjoy your stay here and have a fruitful visit to India. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Rear Admiral Alok Bhatnagar. I am the Deputy Director General for International Affairs. Work very closely with Dr. Gurinder Singh. We are related to have such a high power, high-level delegation from your university visiting us. We have many touch points. We've been collaborating for a long time, and I am sanguine that in the years to come, we will be able to make this relationship more mutually beneficial. So our Honorable Founder President gives a lot of emphasis on giving international exposure to our students. He understands the importance of making global citizens. And therefore, we will certainly encourage our students to take the advantage of the facilities that you have in NTU, and that will certainly happen. But our Honorable Founder President also is a very strong proponent and believer of internationalization at home. And here I would like to very briefly mention about the National Education Policy 2020, in which there is a lot of emphasis on internationalization. And our Honorable Prime Minister has himself added this phrase of internationalization at home, and also making India Vishwa Guru. You must have heard of the universities of Nalanda and Takshashila. That may be the ultimate goal, and we are saying that we want to make India the Vishwa Guru. It is an ambitious project, but it is not a pipe dream. And I say that because today India is on a path, on a trajectory of development that is unprecedented in the history of the free world. It's unprecedented in the history of the free world. You see the numbers, you will be able to get it. So we were the fastest growing economy before the pandemic. We are the fastest growing large economy after the pandemic. In all parameters of nation development, we are either on the top or somewhere on the top. Digitization is the backbone of our pace of development, whether it's healthcare, infrastructure, and therefore education as well. So we are growing at a very fast pace. And this has created an ecosystem in the country that is creating, inviting, and encouraging multinationals to come and set shop here. That's great jobs. And that should be a very strong reason for anyone in the world to come and spend time in India, get educated in India. And I would urge you to encourage your students to come and spend time in India. And if it is India, it better be Amity. You have seen the facilities that we have. And last year, your students had come here. I would encourage that more and more should come. India Immersion Program is a very strong program. It lets you see not only the university here, but gives you a very good taste of India. So we're looking forward to many more interactions and many more students from your side also to coming here and our students taking advantage of the university. Thank you very much. Welcome once again.
Thank you. Good afternoon once again. I think I am Dr. A.K. Singh. I come from DRDO, which is the largest R&D organization of this country. I am a life scientist. I superannuated there from DRDO as Director General Life Sciences. Now I am working for MIT University at FSTIA, MIT Foundation for Science, Technology, Innovation and Alliances, where we facilitate and strengthen the research ecosystem of MIT Universe. So listening to everything, I think beyond a student exchange or 3-continent program, I'll say that it's time that we forge our collaboration on research projects. And after listening to the specific talk by Professor Neil on the research areas, I find that there are few areas where we can forge collaboration. That is optics and photonics, smart material, then data science, and I also find HMI, human machine interface. These are the areas where we are also working at MIT. And there could be other areas which may come from your side, because you have seen in all the areas where we are working, the multidisciplinarity of MIT University, where you would like to collaborate with us, which may emanate from you, or any new area which is region specific. where we can do that, because now we have shown the world that we can do quality research per dollar, at very low cost. So I think we can also explore those avenues and areas where we can, start the collaboration. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Very good afternoon. I am Shefali Kashyap, Deputy Director, Amity Foundation for Science, Technology, Innovation Alliances. And I am also the member of SNT War Room. War Room has been created by our Honorable Founder President so that we can keep an eye on all the SNT opportunities, so that we will not miss out on any of the SNT opportunities. And we need to pursue with all the faculty members here for the maximum outcomes. Having said that, I would like to mention three important fellowships. As Dr. Singh mentioned during his presentation, we have got the highest number of Ramanujan and Ramanujans in Amity University. But apart from that, we have another prestigious fellowship. This is the SCRB International Research Experience Program. In this program also, we have got the highest number of fellows in Amity, wherein Amity scientists can go in any of the international university, and do research work, maximum for 6 months. And Dr. Chirantan Kaur from Amity University, Kolkata, he is a researcher in optical sensing techniques. You also have one center there in your university. He has done his SERP fellowship with the University of Bath, which is having the QS ranking 148. So I would humbly request, maybe immediately we can look forward to have the Indo-UK Collaborative Research Grant, and we will introduce Dr. Chirantan Kaur to your scientist, and with the help of Professor Neil, maybe we would like to pursue this fellowship and this grant immediately. Another fellowship, this is a Weber Fellowship, wherein any Indian diaspora scientist from working in your university can work here in Amity University in collaboration with our Amity scientists, and everything will be borne by Government of India, and our team would also like to pursue this program. And there are another Indo-UK schemes wherein Indian missions are being taken up, wherein various thematic areas we are following up, and we would also like to pursue with your university the various collaborative grants. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Everybody. This is Harjinder Kaur, working as an assistant director at Apestia, and I'm also a member of SNT War Room. And we actually work to facilitate, to strengthen the research system at Amity University's campuses. And definitely all have been covered by my colleague, Ms. Shefali, and also by A.K. Singh sir, Neeraj Sharma sir. I would just like to highlight that definitely we will look forward for fostering joint collaborative research projects such as UKRI, like Indo-UK schemes. And also we would explore further fellowships, with Amity University and your kind university. Looking forward to a healthy relationship. Thank you so much.
Very good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Shefali Raizada. I am HOD of Amity Law School. Welcome all the delegates here in Amity campus. I belong to Amity Law School, which is the largest school in Asia, and it is in the 5 top ranked colleges in India. So, and I believe students, one of the favorite destinations, the UK, because mostly the students, they go for their master's degree in UK, in Oxford, Cambridge, LSE and all. So I know the students, they are very much going and even working there, and they are practicing also there. I believe there are just so many promising gateways for the collaboration with your university, and certainly from today onwards, there would be a very closely working in the partnership, and they are so, as law is very dynamic, so many projects, so many collaborative platforms we can have with you. So thank you so very much for coming, and certainly it would be a great closely working together from today onwards. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to our esteemed guests.
By the way, Shefali Raizada is the head of the department and the
Again, a very good afternoon to esteemed guests from NTU. I'm Dr. Khattar. I represent the Amity International Business School, which is one of the top business schools offering courses in international business. I'll just quickly brief you on the various programs which we run there. Besides the classical programs, which is the international business, we also have the 3-continent programs and the international program. Our mantra is to be, proactive. So last about 5 years, we had thought about syncing or getting the management and the new age technology together. So that time, probably 5 years, it was not thought of, and we were probably the first university in India to sync these programs. So we came out with MBA in BIDA, which is Business Intelligence and Data Analytics, both at PG and UG level, and also the we combined international business and AI. So let me tell you, these programs were very well accepted by the industry, and the numbers have continued to rise in these particular programs. Like I said, we believe in ensuring that we keep coming up with new programs as per the requirements of the industry. So this year we came out with the programs in design thinking, and soon this year we would also be launching in clean climate and sustainable management. So as far as collaboration is concerned, besides the research which has been spoken about, I think so we already have the progressive programs at the PB International and the progressive programs in for the students. I think so we can go in for dual degrees, joint degrees and training programs at the PG level. And also maybe I think so we can think of having a faculty exchange program. Maybe not the complete semester, just taking up 1 or 2 modules. So that would be, getting the faculty more closer of the students. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. I'm Meghna. I'm taking care of undergraduate program at Amity International Business School, and welcome all the team to Amity. Vice Chancellor Professor Peck, like you, we are also environment sensitive. And to show our consciousness towards the sustainability, we have very recently, in a partnership model, we have launched a program called Climate Change, Green Technology and Sustainability Management, under which our main focus will be on ESG framework. So we'll be focusing on environment, we'll be focusing on social aspects, and we'll also be concentrating on governance. So all these 3 will be the main aspect when we talk about the Center for Excellence in Climate Change and Clean Technology Management. And since we are conscious towards the placement of our students and the employment enhancement, so this program we will be launching as an industry academia partnership, wherein industry is supporting our initiative. So both ways we'll be handling. My colleague already talked about the innovative programs that we have launched, like when we talk about artificial intelligence or business intelligence data analytics, today people say, okay, but we launched these programs 8 years back. So our 5 batches are already out in industry. So that is which is worth mentioning. Professor Mansfield, you'll be very happy to know that this is the 5th time we'll be organizing IEEE conference in London. So we are doing it for last 5 years, and we'll be very happy. The area, since you are from engineering stream, the area is innovative practices and smart technology in management and technology both. So the conference is in May, and 9th and 10th May this year also we'll be doing this conference there in London, and we'll be very happy to take you as our partner, the research partners. Since you are also one commonality we have, both the universities are research driven universities, so we can definitely take it forward. These are few things which I want, and this conference is also supported by Springer. So the outcome, both the whether we talk about the proceedings or we talk about research journal, both the outcomes are very, very effective, and the outcome is in very, very high impact factor. So we would definitely be very, very happy to have you. And looking forward, we are already, since currently I'm taking care of articulation and student progression, we are already in place. Our students are going to Nottingham Trent University, and they are now your brand ambassador. When they come back, they talk very high about the university. So we are very happy and looking forward for other partnerships. Thank you so much.
Very good afternoon and a very warm welcome. I am Shankar Sahai. I represent Amity School of Fashion Technology and Amity School of Fine Arts. As mentioned, we have been in touch, and we look forward for further opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you. Before I request Vice Chancellor Professor Peck to give concluding remarks, what we'll do is that we will request each one of you if you can send your email, and then we'll create a matrix where we can devise our priorities into 3 parts: very short run, low hanging fruits about which we spoke, then midterm strategy, that which are the areas we'll be focusing on, and then finally the long-term strategy that from now to 5 years, what we are going to achieve. For research, Professor Neil, I think this is for the 5th time we are organizing our very high-powered, high-impact research conference in London. It will be held in at the University College London, from where we have hired the venue. But we will be very happy to do at least one focus session at NTU. So I think that Professor Meghna, who is also co-chair, will be in touch with you. But already we have received somewhere about 500 papers, which is a very good number. Also, we are the partner of Harvard Business School Case Center and the Case Center UK. So we are in a process of publishing very high-powered research case studies. So I think that that is another area. During this conference, we can shortlist about 15 to 20 papers, which jointly can be done by the faculty members. It will improve our H index and also the citations of our faculty, which is actually one of the objectives of both the universities, which may impact our ranking also. But number of research initiatives, I think that they have pointed out. But this is very latest because May is just approaching. So I thought that maybe that we will be in touch. But we will strengthen our existing partnership arrangements, articulation arrangements. Now we are adding. We'll work on fashion. We'll look at biotechnology also. Sustainability and environmental sciences, especially clean air and climate change, new program, which we have launched. And this is in collaboration with the industry. We'd like to work on. Let's try to concentrate on also sending us students. Anyone who's going to UK, to your university for one day, take a certification or something which can bring both the universities together. But it was such a privilege hosting you. We look forward to further build for all times to come. Over to you, Professor.
Oh, thank you very much, and thank you for your hospitality and to all your colleagues their time this morning and for sharing their academic areas and expertise. You made a very important point, I think, about India being the fastest and largest growing economy in the free world. I think there's something important about that. The political stability of the relationship between the UK and India goes back, well, centuries, and it will continue. And therefore, I think there's something about this relationship which is really important to the UK as an economy. I hope it's really important to India as an economy, and we are one part of that. And we really value the collaboration between our two universities. It's long-standing, and I hope it will grow and flourish. I just want to talk about two of our alumni who don't get mentioned very often, but actually about the roots and the heart of my university. The first is a woman called Laura Knight. Now, some of you will have heard of Laura Knight. She was the first woman to be elected as a fellow of the Royal Academy. She's probably the most famous artist, British artist, of the 20th century, and she is, of course, an alumna of Nottingham School of Art and Design. And we still do fine art. And if you come to my office, you'll see 3 examples of students who got firsts last summer in fine art on my walls, and they're quite extraordinary. And the other alumnus, who again isn't quite an alumnus, though his wife is, he came to lectures in the 1970s with his wife, never paid any fees, and never stayed in our Halter residence, but he came with his wife to watch what was going on. He still sponsors scholarships for our students through the Nottingham School of Art and Design, which includes fashion, and his name, of course, is Paul Smith. So, you know, we have these outstanding alumni, and we are creating, like you, similar alumni who will take us into our future. So thank you for your time and your hospitality. It's been a pleasure to be here, and I hope to come back in the future and see how our collaboration is thriving as we work together. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Peck and Professor Singh, for laying this foundation of this partnership and how to strengthen it further. We are also joined by, I would say, brand ambassadors of both the universities, the students who are actually going to you this year, and they'll help facilitate the signing of MOU.
Why they don't come that side? Yeah, I think for.
Around colleague, down behind me.
It's a great moment in our partnership. Big round of applause, please. May I request the international team to also help with the felicitation? Maybe request everyone to assemble for the group photograph, please. Everyone for the group photograph, please.